are warriors.
I come from a long line of extraordinarily, amazing women leaders in my family.
They are mothers.
Soy salvadoreña. Soy madre de dos muchachos, dos jóvenes con los que llegué aquí a Estados Unidos.
They are immigrants.
Sí, he conquistado el sueño americano.
They persevere.
Y fue que empezamos a recolectar firmas de que queríamos que se renovara también el Recreation Center.
They are community leaders.
The United States is home to 62.1 million Hispanics or Latinos, according to the 2020 U.S. Census data, which represents 18.7% of the entire population. Between 2010 to 2020, the Hispanic or Latino population grew by 23%. We are the nation's second largest ethnic group. Our culture is known for its close ties with our families, as well as rich culinary, musical, religious, and holiday traditions. And in this video, I will share the legacy of 4 immigrant women who have broken down barriers, turning their challenges into dreams that they not only fulfilled, but that have also made a difference here in Montgomery County. They are Latinas, leaders without borders. Give honor to whom honor is due. Councilmember Nancy Navarro has earned the respect and admiration of those who have witnessed her life of public service and advocacy.
My greatest achievement has been to be able to occupy this space and deliver a very comprehensive body of work, because it has not been easy. Even in Montgomery County, right, 2022 still, it's not easy to be a woman in elected office.
But let's rewind to 1975, as a 10-year-old, an academic opportunity for her father brought Nancy Navarro to the United States, a life-changing trip that redirected her life.
So when we went back to Venezuela, I said I would come back to go to college.
And that's what she did after accomplishing her academic goals and with a desire to return to Venezuela with her family.
But then I met my husband, and everything changed because we got married, and we met in Washington, D.C. in 1990, and we got married in 1991, and then moved to Montgomery County because the schools.
Her involvement within the school system would open the doors to a life of public service. After becoming the second Latina to serve on the Board of Education, she made history again as the first Latina immigrant to be elected to the Montgomery County Council and serve twice as its president and vice president.
I have been able to do a lot, and I think I've been able to deliver a lot with an extraordinary team in my office, right? With an amazing team, and with an incredible also group of people, constituents who had not traditionally been involved, but through my Latino Civic Project and other projects, they came into the fold.
But the project that I'm most proud of that she put together was Proyecto Cívico, which is an extraordinary legacy that I have seen firsthand the impact that it's had in our community to build an organization and a program that really empowers people to testify before the council and speak on behalf of their communities is really, really important.
Being an immigrant and a woman of color has given her the tools to connect with the community, empower them to own their voice, and lead the charge on important pieces of legislation such as racial equity and social justice, minimum wage, initiatives like the early care and education, as well as Por Nuestra Salud y Bienestar. The latter, a national model that saved lives in Montgomery County in the midst of the health crisis caused by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Being a Latina woman means that you embody a lot of different identities, at least that is my case. Coming from Venezuela, who is also very diverse country, there are a lot of perspectives that, at least for me, it has not been difficult to understand and navigate issues that face different communities. and trying to build bridges in order to find the solutions. A component to it, or is it going to be
Her role models have always been the women most close to her heart.
I come from a long line of extraordinarily, amazing women leaders in my family. Mi abuelita, mi mamá, they're my aunts, las tías, they were all women that were almost like ahead of their time in breaking down paradigms and moving us forward, moving my own family forward. I do want to also thank my colleagues.
There's no mountain high enough that can stop Councilmember Navarro. Her fighting spirit and her love for Montgomery County have given her the power to break down barriers. She is a Latina whose leadership does not have borders nor limitations.
Que el estrés le daña el corazón.
Carmen Hernandez never imagined leaving her native country in 2005, but overnight, her life took an unexpected turn.
Yo vine ante una situación personal de seguridad.
I came due to a personal safety situation. I came here and applied for asylum. I was a political asylum seeker.
Fui una persona asilada política.
With her 2 children, she left behind a successful career as a professor at one of the most prestigious universities in El Salvador, starting from scratch as many other immigrants do.
Dios me movió.
God moved me, and I think He moved me to where He needed me.
And since then, she has been fulfilling and meeting the needs of low-income communities.
Entonces, acompañarles, buscar ese espacio libre que tenían.
I would accompany them and help them find some free time to involve them in English classes or other activities that would allow them to integrate better into this community.
Primera clase, con la primera acción que ustedes hacen, dice.
The doors continue to open for Carmen, and she joined Impact Silver Spring, a non-profit organization where she has worked for more than a decade, becoming the support system for the immigrant community of Montgomery County.
Hay 2 que 3 personas.
From Carmen's leadership, many projects that have received the support of Councilmember Navarro's office have been successfully executed. One of them is the Women's Circle.
Hemos tenido desde las clases cívicas, clases de joyería.
We've had civic classes to jewelry classes, cooking classes, and even sewing classes. We have done crafts and handicrafts. What people know, I try to strengthen their abilities.
Yo trato de que los saquemos a flote.
Nos ha apoyado tanto a nosotras las mujeres en el sentido de que ha traído.
She has supported us women. She has led projects such as crafts and sewing and has supported us greatly during the pandemic.
Más para el tiempo de la pandemia.
And with gratitude in her heart,
Yo le diría a la concejal Navarro, gracias.
I'd like to thank Councilmember Navarro. She has always been by my side and is a woman of integrity. She has not only given to the council her wisdom, but has truly been there for the community.
Su sabiduría y sus habilidades, sino que ha acompañado realmente a la comunidad.
Carmen Hernández is an example that leadership goes beyond borders.
Buenas noches. Mi nombre es Mónica Braden y vivo en Glenmont, donde soy propietaria y proveedora de cuidado de niños en el hogar.
In union, there is strength. Mónica Braden is a Mexican immigrant who fought tirelessly for several groundbreaking projects spearheaded by Councilmember Nancy Navarro that are now a reality in Wheaton.
Aún habiendo el dinero para la renovación del Recreation Center,
Even though there were funds for the renovation of the recreation center, there was a group of people who wanted to keep it as something historic. But we as members of the community saw that it did not make much sense to have a building that no longer had much functionality, and our young people needed a bigger and newer recreation center.
Que ya no tenía mucha funcionalidad y nuestros jóvenes necesitaban un recreation center más grande, novedoso.
And this was how a long journey of advocacy began for several Hispanic families, participants of the Latina Civic Project, who came together to form the Grandview Neighborhood Circle.
Me siento muy contenta y orgullosamente quiero decir que esta librería con este Recreation Center fue el resultado.
I am very happy and proud to say that this library and the Recreation Center were the result of the advocacy of a group of Latino families. If we had not been knocking on doors, this would have not been possible.
Todo lo que se hizo, la verdad, no estuviera este proyecto.
Mónica arrived in Montgomery County 22 years ago. She came with a ticket back to Mexico, never imagining that here in the United States, she would meet the love of her life. As her family grew, the desire to take care of her children made her reinvent herself by starting her own business as a family childcare home provider.
La concejal Navarro ha sido sin duda.
Councilmember Navarro has undoubtedly been a very strong supporter of our child care provider sector. She has always been in favor of education and early education.
As Mónica flourished professionally, her advocacy also grew, mainly due as a result of her involvement with the Latino Civic Project. The results of this work are reflected in stories of leaders like Mónica Braden.
Muchas gracias, concejal, por toda la ayuda que nos ha dado.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Navarro, for all the help you have given us. You have truly been a great leader and a great politician, and that is seen in the transformation that Wheaton has had.
Okay.
The borders, the new language, and a new culture were no barriers for Mónica to become an example of community advocacy. Perseverance has been the secret formula to her success.
Mi nombre es Angelica Zaragoza.
My name is Angelica Zaragoza. I am Mexican and I have been living in Maryland for 17 years.
Viviendo aquí en Maryland.
Angelica came to the United States with the same desire that millions of immigrants share: a better future, more than a decade after establishing herself in the land of opportunities.
I've conquered the American dream.
Now Angelica enjoys with her husband and 4 children the fruits of her hard work. But before reaching the top, she fought against a path full of adversities.
Mi esposo fue diagnosticado con cáncer y para mí fue una...
My husband was diagnosed with cancer. It was a great obstacle in my life and I thought I was not going to be able to overcome it. At that moment, I had to reevaluate whether to resume my career in foreign commerce or as a child care provider. It was then that I approached Montgomery County and saw that there were several options.
De comercio exterior o el de cuidado de niños, pues entonces que me acerqué a los del condado de Montgomery.
Every cloud has a silver lining. The desire to take care of her husband made Angelica reinvent herself.
Tuve la dicha de cambiarme hace 3 años aquí en Olney y fue cuando me propuse buscar una casa.
I had the joy of moving to Olney 3 years ago, and that's when I decided to buy a house that would give me the space to be able to have my own child care here in my home, and I'm very happy and content. Because thanks to that, I am a small business owner and I am my own boss and I control my time. I am passionate about taking care of children.
Y estoy en lo que me apasiona, que son el cuidado de los niños.
Now, she's a successful businesswoman. She has in her hands the ability to impact childhood education in Montgomery County. In her bilingual childcare center, she teaches, sings,
my ABC, next time,
and speaks in English and Spanish.
Rica la pasta. Wow, yummy pasta.
With her dreams fulfilled, now Angelica wants to give back and support prospective family childcare providers, just as she was able to receive when she needed this information the most.
Mi granito de arena que he puesto ha sido en ayudarlas a que
This is my grain of sand to help them take courses and training. I am part of the board of directors of CAMS, and while being there, I have realized that there is a great need for guidance amongst women who want to start their business.
De orientación y de ayudas para muchas mujeres que quieren poner su propio negocio.
And one of her greatest supporters has been the only female member of the County Council.
Para mí, la concejal Nancy Navarro es un ejemplo a seguir. Creo que,
For me, Councilmember Nancy Navarro is an example to all of us, thanks to the fact that I knew that she was also a Latina entrepreneur who had her own childcare like myself. It gave me confidence and it motivated me to help others and guide them.
Angelica is another Latina whose perseverance and fighting spirit have made her a leader without borders.